Today, we're going to deconstruct one of the most powerful characters in modern theater, Second Lieutenant Raleigh from R.C. Sheriff's classic, Journey's End. We're going to break down his tragic story to really get to the heart of the play's message about what war is really like. Okay, let's get into it.
Pretty much everything you need to know about Raleigh when he first shows up is right here, in this one line. How frightfully quiet it is. I mean, the irony is just dripping off that sentence, isn't it? He walks into the front line expecting this huge, chaotic adventure, and instead, he gets this tense, awful silence of men just waiting. This one line just perfectly captures his complete naivety.
And the thing is, Raleigh wasn't some kind of exception. His mindset gets us to the big question of this whole piece. How on earth did an entire generation of young men get it so wrong? How do they look at the most brutal war in history and think, yeah, that looks like a heroic quest? To figure that out, we have to see the world through Raleigh's eyes. So here's the bottom line, our main argument. R.C. Sheriff uses Raleigh as a perfect lens to show us just how devastating propaganda can be. His whole character arc is basically designed to expose this massive, tragic gap between the heroic fantasy they were sold and the horrific reality they found waiting for them in the trenches. Okay, first up, let's look at how Sheriff paints Raleigh as this picture of innocence, a total contrast to all the other guys in that dugout. What's so brilliant here is how the stage directions do all of the heavy lifting for us. Raleigh is described as healthy looking. He's awkward, right? He self-consciously holds his drink, sits gingerly on a box. He just doesn't fit physically or mentally. He's this fresh-faced kid full of life who's just been dropped into this world of exhausted, hardened men who've seen way too much. The difference is stark, and you feel it immediately. And there it is again. This quote just says it all. He honestly thought it would be nonstop action, this awful row. His entire idea of war has been shaped by adventure books, not real life. He has no idea what he's in for, the psychological torture, the waiting, the pure terror. To him, it's a game, and he's just excited to finally be on the field. So, this naivety, where does it come from? It's not just a general innocence about war. No, it's laser-focused on one person, Captain Stanhope, his childhood hero. And this hero worship completely skews his perception of everything. Just listen to how he talks. I could have cheered. He sounds like a little kid who's just surprised his big brother at summer camp. He's not a soldier reporting to his commanding officer. He's a schoolboy thrilled about a reunion. He even calls him Dennis. He sees this whole thing as his big chance to join his hero on an adventure. And this is what he's so impressed by. The symbols of heroism, the rank of captain, the military cross. He has no concept of the trauma, the loss, the sheer hell that Stanhope went through to get that medal. All he sees is the glory, the shiny prize that proves Stanhope is the hero he always imagined. And this is where it all clicks into place. You can draw a straight line from Raleigh's worldview to the propaganda of the time. His obsession with Stanhope's medal, that's a direct echo of posters promising glory and decorations. His idea of war as an adventure, straight out of the posters showing smiling soldiers having a great time. His desperation to join his hero, that's the exact emotional button the recruitment campaigns were designed to push. Raleigh is literally the perfect product of the propaganda machine. Of course, an illusion like that can't last. Not there. The whole play pivots on one single brutal event that just shatters Raleigh's entire worldview, the trench raid. This is it. This is the moment the adventure story crashes headfirst into the cold, hard fact of death. And there is absolutely no coming back from this. I mean, just look at the change. It's night and day. Before the raid, he's still dreaming of glory, talking about how topping it would be to win a medal with his friend Osborne. But after he watches Osborne die, the very idea of a medal is meaningless. He can't even think about eating while his friend is lying dead out in no man's land. The naive boy is just gone, replaced by a traumatized soldier. The fantasy has evaporated. And here's the gut punch. 6 weeks. That was the reality for young officers like Raleigh. His personal tragedy, it wasn't some fluke. It was the statistical average. The grand adventure promised by the posters was, for most of them, a 6-week countdown to death. And this is the reality he has just slammed into. So let's pull all this together. In the end, Raleigh's journey gives us the play's most devastating lesson, because his character is forever and fatally changed. This line is just heartbreaking, isn't it? He's apologizing to Stanhope, but he's not just sorry for being a bother. He's admitting that his entire reason for being there was wrong. He's finally seeing that his boyish quest to join his hero was just a foolish, naive mistake, an intrusion into a world of unimaginable horror. It's a confession that his whole worldview was a lie.
And that's the genius of it, really. Sheriff makes Raleigh's journey the play's closing argument. We follow him from that healthy-looking kid who believed the posters, all the way to the dying soldier who finally understands the truth. His short, tragic story is the ultimate indictment of war, because it shows us the cruel, deadly lie that was sold to an entire generation.
Which leaves us with one final thing to chew on. Raleigh came to the war looking for heroism, the kind you find on medals and in stories. He didn't find that. But in facing the awful truth and losing all his illusions, did he maybe find a different kind of heroism? His journey was short, but was it heroic? That's something to think about.